Hey y'all, happy Monday. Happy Monday. I don't know whether I should pull the camera up or not because the top of my hair kind of look crazy. I'm gonna just wait until more people come in, but hey, good energy. I'm trying to share my good energy with y'all today. Thank you for liking. Just until we get our other people in here, if you would like to get your copy of my manifestation journal, you can get that. The link is always in the description box of every one of my videos, every single one. And I also have some merch. I have hoodies, I have t-shirts, I have a t-shirt with my banner on there with like a collage of pictures of me. I have several things on that website as well, so that's under merch. And then my other one is the journal. It says manifestation journal, and you can get it at that link. How are y'all? Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. How was Mother's Day for y'all? Shout out to the mothers in my life. I sent out text messages, and of course I called my main mom, my mom and grandma. I talked to them, of course. I really don't have anything specific to talk about this time. I was really ready last week, and I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but I literally tried like 3 times to do this whole live situation, and it kept malfunctioning, and I attribute it to Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde literally starts tomorrow. And if you don't know about it, the energy can affect you in the weeks prior and also the weeks after. I don't know when it ends, but I can look it up. But anyways, Mercury, the planet, it rules communication, technology, and things like that. So during Mercury retrograde, the planet is literally slowing down to the point where it looks like it's going backwards, and everything that it rules kind of goes crazy. And for those who were born during a Mercury retrograde, it can affect you more because you were born during that time. And during that time, you are meant to learn certain lessons. So if you don't learn those lessons that time, then the cycle is going to keep happening for you. And it will keep happening to you until you learn those lessons. And for me, I hadn't really been affected by Mercury retrograde for a while, but I think I had to learn something this time. Okay. When is it happening? Yeah, so like a lot of arguments will happen that you don't understand why. Car accidents will happen. They say that you should not sign any major contracts or make any major decisions, in your life. It says don't ignore your truth. And so like if you feel like you need to speak up for something, then you should do so at that moment. Be careful who you spend your time with. But it's not telling me when it is. Hello. Confused. Mercury retrograde dates. Okay, May 10th to June 2nd And we usually have about 3 to 4 Mercury retrogrades every year. So this year there will be 4 technically, and then the last one goes into 2023. So yeah, just be aware of everything that's going on, because you'll be wondering why certain things are a certain way, and it's really to do with the planets. The planets and the stars really affect us. And something that can help you with that during this time of Mercury retrograde is this crystal here. I think I mixed these up. I mixed this up with my sunstone, but this is actually Golden Healer. Can you see? There we go. And I'll read it to y'all. It says, this stone is beneficial in accessing the highest of vibrations in order for you to raise the frequencies in your body, as well as releasing unwanted energies and blockages of the chakra system. The Golden Healer Quartz will restore balance of the body, as well as encourage harmony and peace. Its high vibration facilitates spiritual communication on a lengthy distance, including between dimensions and worlds, boosts self-esteem, and enhances memory and clarity of thought. So if you meditate or carry this crystal on you during this time, it will help you to keep your vibrations high. Hey, Grandma. And also, and that will allow you to navigate through certain things better. Like, certain things won't affect you as much. Like, for example, I was at the mall yesterday, and I had my hair, it wasn't like this. I had did my flexi rod set, and it didn't come out how I wanted it to, but it was still cute to me. So I was walking back to my car from the mall, and then I heard, I have really good hearing. So it was these people walking behind me, and it was this female, and I heard her say something like, yeah, it's just, it's okay, but it would just be better if she had da 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 da. And I knew she was talking about my hair, because as I'm walking through the mall, everybody's looking at me because I have this big hair, this big natural hair, and that's not a common style. So I knew that she was talking about me. So I looked back and she stopped talking. But anyways, hey Larry, I could have let that affect me and, you know, being self-conscious about it or whatever, but like, if I feel like it's cute, then it's cute. Like, I don't care what you think. It's my, I bet you wish you had this hair, because I'm getting more compliments on it than I am getting hate. So it just came out as hate to me. So instead of letting that bring my mood down, and I could have stopped and start arguing with her, and, you know, what did you say? I could have did that, but she's probably just hating. So this crystal will help you do stuff like that. But also, I have my Harataki water brewing. If y'all can see, the bottle itself is blue, but the water inside is brown. Y'all can see it kind of look green right now. But these are the Harataki seeds. And again, if you missed my explanation of that in one of my videos, Harataki seeds are great for, overall, it's basically like a colon cleanser. Like, it'll really, you know, cleanse you. But it's also good for people with diabetes. It's anti-diabetic, it's antiviral, antifungal. It has a lot of benefits. I don't think it's anti-inflammatory, but it is antiviral and antifungal, so it will prevent you from getting sick or getting viruses, you know, like the virus that everybody is trying to avoid right now. Thank you, Grandma. This is a twist out. I didn't even mention that. So I did my flexi rod set the other day, and it didn't really last that long. It lasted like 2 days, if that. And I knew I had to redo it. So I just did some twists last night, and I took them out. But I'm going to redo the flexi rod sets because it didn't come out how I wanted it to, like I said. But but yeah, what else? I had an audition. So I did what they call a self-tape, and a self-tape is literally when you tape yourself doing the script or whatever. I did that, and then they emailed me, and I got a call back, which is when they want you to like come in again to read again or whatever. So I did that. What was that? Like a day or it was Saturday, I think. And they just wanted me to redo the reading that I did, and then they wanted me to read for a different character. And I think it went really well. So I'll be finding out if I got a part probably within the next 2 days. But it's been a lot of good things going on, so I am just continuing to stay positive, and that's it. But last week I was gonna talk about the movie premiere that I worked, and it went okay. It was very chaotic at first, but I mean, we figured it out. I was basically like wristbanding people, putting their wristbands on. They had an issue because it was general admission and it was VIP. And then it was these people written down in envelopes, like the celebrities and special guests. But some people had already came to us wristbanded already, so it was like confusing on that end. And then with the cast and stuff, we didn't know whether to give them general admission or VIP. And then all of the VIPs didn't even have seats because there was only like 150 seats set out, and it was way more people than that there. So that was an issue. And the premiere itself was at a concert venue, so it doesn't even have seats like in general. I've been to a party there before. It doesn't even have seats like implanted in the venue. It's just like an open space and a stage, and then like there's the bar area in the back. So they put out the seats, and then they have like booths and stuff on the sides and up front. So they had that, but it was a little crazy. But that was like, what was that? Was that the first? Well, because I didn't go to the Dimes premiere, so that was the first time of me seeing myself on the screen as the premiere happened. So that was cool, and I got it on video. I think I showed y'all in the live before on last week before it cut off. But I'll show y'all again. And I kind of got mixed up. I kind of got a little shaky because I was excited. But y'all gonna see me right there. That's me. I was just basically getting ready in the mirror to go to the Summer Jams concert, and that was it. The next time I will see myself and y'all will see me in a movie is probably on Melanin. I think we done like gave up hope on when Cheddar Boys is coming out because we keep asking and they keep saying dates, but it's not happening. So probably on Melanin, which is supposed to come out in July, I think. I'm in several scenes in that. I am in several scenes. So yeah. So that's gonna be interesting. And then what else? I feel like I have a little part in every movie that I worked on. I did have a little part in Homeboy, but that's probably not coming out till months later than now. But yeah, it was cool. I got paid at the premiere. And then somebody had an alligator. This one of the PAs, or I don't know what his role was exactly, but he had an alligator, like a baby alligator. It was really interesting. I don't know what to do with that. That was just a fun fact about it. But yeah, what else is going on? I've been watching a lot of stuff, but at the same time trying to watch, the type of things that I watch, because I can't afford for my energy to be too negative. The show Atlanta is really good. It's on FX and Hulu, and it's created by Donald Glover or Childish Gambino. And it's an eclectic show because it's not like like it has a basis, but like in the premiere, they talked about it was based on a true story about how this little boy, he was black, he was acting up in school, and then his mom had to keep coming up to the school and scolding him and trying to figure out what was going on. She made spaghetti. He didn't want no spaghetti. He didn't want to wash the dishes. He didn't want to do like basic stuff. And so when the parents came up to the school, it was the mom and the granddad, and then the granddad slapped him 3 times. And then the teacher saw that, and then she took the kid away, and she was like, "It's okay. I'm going to get you out of that situation." So she ended up calling Child Protective Services on the mom. And then when the mom saw them at the door, she thought the son called them. So she was like, "You know what? Take them." And she kicked him out, and he went with them. And then they placed him in the home of this couple. It was 2 wives, and they had like 4 other black kids that they were fostering. And they had like this farmhouse, they were really natural, but it was kind of like creepy. Like the way that they had it set up, it was really creepy. They had chicken, they had made the first night that the little boy was there, they had made chicken for dinner, but it was like really uncooked. I don't know. It was really uncooked, so he couldn't eat. And they had like really weird rules and stuff like that. So basically, towards the end of the episode, not to be, I'm spoiling it. So if anybody don't want me to say what happened at the end of the episode, speak now or forever hold your peace. But until I get any responses, it's another episode too that was really deep, and it basically talks about how it doesn't talk about something that's real, but it's like a hypothetical type of thing with, like, how black people always ask about reparations and getting our 40 acres and a mule, and it had to do with that. But I don't see nobody countering against me telling the rest of the story of the episode. So basically, towards the end of the episode, the 2 white women, I guess they was fed up because the little boy, he kept like objecting against them. He didn't listen to them. He was like, "I don't like this food. I don't want to work." They was working in the fields. They had them picking cotton and all type of craziness, and he was like, "I'm not about to do this." So eventually they got all the kids in the car, and then they just started driving, and they was talking to each other, and the little boy heard what they was saying, and they was basically planning on killing everybody. They was gonna drive into the river and everybody died. So I guess he figured out how to get him and the other kids out of the car. Like they rolled out of the car or whatever, and they snuck out, so the parents didn't know until it was too late. And basically they drove into the river, and the kids survived. And but that's based on a true story apparently. But that's crazy. Like, but yeah, and it's a lot of these foster parents that take on these kids just to get the check or whatever, or just to have control over people. And it's really sad. So, but on the other end, there are a lot of foster parents that are very positive. Like, I saw this documentary on HBO. I'm not sure what it was called, but I'm gonna look it up because I want to share. Documentary about, it might be called Foster. HBO. It was a really good though. It talked about this lady who, it is called Foster. Okay. It's called Foster. And one of the main subjects was this lady, this older black woman who, she fostered a lot of, she had like, 4 or 5 kids in her house, but she had been fostering kids for a long time. And, she just loved to see, she loved to help these kids to have a better life, because a lot of kids, they're born into situations that is just not good, and she just wanted to help them. So a lot of her kids ended up being successful, or like at least successful in school, and like she gave them structure, and just, you know, they didn't want to leave her. So the issue was one of them didn't want to leave her, but they were gonna make her or something. It was something like that, and she had to fight in court to basically keep her. And you know, the girl, she wanted to stay with her because she liked the structure, she liked the love that she gave them, she liked her own room and all of that. It was a happy ending, but they talked about several situations with the foster system. But it was really good. It was really good. I love documentaries and stuff like that. What else have I watched? I started the Doctor Strange movie. You know, Doctor Strange came out, but I didn't finish it. It was bootleg, of course. No shame. I mean, if I went to the theater, sometimes when I go to the movie theater, I fall asleep. I think it's because, like, I'll lay back. You know, they got the seats where you can lay back. I think that's why. So I have to sit up. But Jordan Peele has a movie that's coming out, and it's called Nope. And it comes out in July. I think I watched it on here. I did. I want to see that. I'm looking forward to that. And I heard they're talking about another Conjuring movie. I am all about the Conjuring. I love the Conjuring, the series, the Annabelle series, all of it. All of it. I love scary movies, but I can't watch them by myself, obviously, because I'd be too scared. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, on YouTube, here on YouTube. So I've been learning about the Orishas. The Orisha. And I, like a week ago, I was watching. Hi, Mustafa. It's good to see you here. Welcome back. But about a week ago, I was watching the Erykah Badu Bag Lady video, and my friend was like, you know, she's representing the Orisha, and you know, each woman represents a different Orisha. So recently I ran into this channel called Black Witch Yaya, and she basically teaches about the different Orisha. She teaches about African spirituality, and basically explains things, because like when you think about witch, the word witch, and when you think about witches, they always have conditioned us to feel like witches are evil, are bad, are negative. But, and I said this in one of my videos, that witchcraft is in everyday life. Like, people do witchcraft without even knowing every day. I've been good. I've been just working and continuing, of course, like I always say, trying to get my life together. And hi, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. This is a twist out. I have to redo my flexi rod set because it didn't come out how I wanted it to. But that's good that you've been busy, Mustafa. I think that's good, because, you know, when you're not busy, you just probably will be bored or something, unless you're relaxing. But yeah, I've been super busy too. I had an audition. I had a callback that went really well. And yeah, I don't know if you were here, but I told everybody that I had a role that I was supposed to film a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't get to film because they showed up late to the location and we lost the location, so I didn't get to do my scene. But I am hopeful, and yeah, I just been applying to stuff, applying to different acting gigs, modeling gigs, agencies, anything that I can to get myself on the screen or on some more sets. So that's all I've been doing. I was talking about Yaya and the whole thing of witches, but basically witchcraft is not evil, okay? Like, it can be, like, it's all about your intentions. It can be, but just to write off somebody who is practicing spirituality is not right, because spirituality is literally naturally within us and we can use it to our benefit. But anywho, the first video I watched on her channel was when she was talking about, the title was she turned her pre-K class into witches and warlocks. And I didn't know what I was going to see when I watched the video, but it was actually positive. And the teacher, she was into spirituality, and she would implement little things of spirituality into her class, like into her lessons and stuff like that. Like when she was telling them colors, she would say, red, what does the color red represent, which chakra does it represent, or whatever, or orange or whatever, you know. She would like do little things like that. What crystal begins with R? Rose quartz. Like she would do stuff like that. I have been, thank you, I have been definitely manifesting. I've been scripting. When I script, I find that when I script, I get the best results. So I've been doing a lot of scripting as much as I can. And also, I went to this market not too long ago, and across from the market was this spiritual store, and it was like, it had Christian things in there and it had just spiritual things in there. So they had like a lot of candles, they had a lot of incense, they had like little Buddha statues everywhere where you can give offerings to the statues. They had Florida water, they had oils, all type of things that are spiritual, like incense boxes or holders and stuff like that. So I got a money release candle from there that is actually lit right now. And I also got a, so they make special oils. They can make a special oil for your sign. So they asked, what's your sign? And then she literally like put together all the oils that will attract good things in terms of success, in terms of money, in terms of health and protection, everything to me when I wear the oil, when I pray with it, and when I, you know, speak my intentions with it. So I've been using the oil, I've been using the candle, and I've been scripting. I need to get back on scripting because I haven't been for the past couple of days, but also I need to meditate more and use my crystals more. But back to Yaya. She did that video and she was talking about the teacher who taught her students how, you know, spirituality with the permission of the parents. The parents had permission. It was like a upscale or private school, and the parents would actually want their kids in their class, in her class. So she, you know, a lot of her students grew up to do great things, especially in terms of spirituality, and they also had natural powers of divination or whatever. So that was a really interesting story. But then, you know, she has a lot of videos on her channel where she explains spiritual things. So I started watching all of her videos on the Orisha, and you know, Oshun is the most popular one, but she talks about all of them basically. I didn't know there were male and female Orisha. I thought it was just female Orisha. So she tells the stories of all of them, and they're very interesting stories. They're very interesting stories, and it's kind of like Greek mythology, but it's literally from Africa, the original stories and how things happen. And I guess I can now start using that information to my benefit, which is, you know, giving offerings to a specific Orisha in order to do or get, you know, because different Orisha represent different things. So I'm going to research more about it before I just dive into something, because with that kind of stuff, you have to be careful, because you don't want to, you know, play games with them. You don't want to call in something that you're not ready for. So you have to really, really be careful with that. Even with the manifestation and stuff like that, like with tarot cards and anything in that sense, you have to be careful, because you never know what you're, like, you have to really be specific with your intentions, because you could be summoning something that's too much or too scary or too powerful for you at that moment. But Anyways, in other news, I'm gonna be making some turkey chili probably today. I was passing a church the other day, and it's crazy. So I just started doing this thing called TaskRabbit, and it's basically an app where you can sign up, and as long as you're over 21, you can do specific tasks for people, and they'll pay you for it. So I was delivering insulin for a customer, and I was passing this church, and they had free groceries. They had a sign. They had all type of signs for free groceries. So I stopped, and I was like, I mean, I could use some groceries, shoot. So I got a whole bunch of stuff from them. I got a lot of apples, so I'm gonna take some apples. I got a gallon of milk. I got some apples, and I got some other stuff I'm gonna take to my mom's because I don't need a gallon of milk. I don't drink that much milk, but my brother does, and he likes apples, so I'm gonna take that over there. I got some kidney beans, and I got some other stuff, but the beans I can use for my turkey chili. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. Um, it's been a lot of storms in Washington State where Grandma and Larry live too. So I don't know. It's been beautiful weather here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they say the Orisha have and the ancestors have a lot of power over the storms and stuff. So maybe they're mourning, or they're, a lot of people be like, yeah, when you were a kid, you were told that when it's raining or when it's a storm, the devil and or God is crying, or when it's a storm, the devil and God are fighting or whatever. But that makes sense in the sense of Orisha, that they're sad about things that our people have been through and all of that. Yeah, I could make apple pie, but if anything, I would want to make a peach apple cobbler, because I'm not really an apple pie type of person, but I love peach cobbler. And one time when I was working at Benihana, this lady, Tiffany, she made peach apple cobbler, and it was delicious. It was amazing. So I would like that. I know I couldn't make it like her, but I could make it decent. But yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew you meant here. But yeah, that's crazy. It's really, really sunny, and it's like 77 today. It's been really great weather recently. People have been barbecuing. People been out walking their dogs. I think they should. I think they opened the pool here, like what is it, Memorial Day or Labor Day, whichever one it is. I know one is towards the end of summer, and then one is like the end of May. But whichever one is coming up, that's when they open the pool. And I have a really really big pool. Yes, I can send you some turkey chili. But we gotta figure that out. I need like a insulated lunchbox or something. Well, I could freeze it. I could freeze it and send it. Yeah, let's do that. Oh my gosh, really? Is that what it is? That's horrible. Well, maybe they're talking about one of the Orisha, because when she was telling the story about Ishu, I think, or one of them, he would like they would refer to him as the devil, because he would play like tricks on people, but he would do positive things, but it would just be in his own little trickster way. Yeah, a lot of people have been barbecuing, but that's intense. But it could be the Orisha, because the Orisha have wives, like Oshun and Oba. It was Oba, Oshun, and Oye, who were married to Shango. Like, they were all married to him. And then she told the story about how, and it gets really graphic. I didn't have any barbecue personally. It was just people that was barbecuing around the neighborhood. I wish I had some barbecue, but I've had lamb chops and steak over the past couple of days. It was delicious. But she told a story about how, hi Roman. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Thanks, Dad. This is a twist out. I gotta do my flexi rod set over, but this is a twist out. I just twisted it and then took it out today. But anywho, so the story, and y'all can go to Black Witch Yaya to hear the whole story. But basically, the story goes, Shango had Oba. I don't know her name exactly, but she had a first wife who she was over taking care of the household. She was all about being a good wife, taking care of her husband. Then you had Oye, who was like matching with him because she was a hothead like him. And then you had, sorry, that's the lady next door. Their door is really loud. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. Anyways, so the second wife, Oye, she had his attention, and then after her, it was Oshun, who was young, vibrant, hot. She had the snatched body. She was lit. So Oye got jealous of Oshun, and she was jealous of the first wife because she was, taking care of the house and she knew what she was doing and all of that. So she tricked her and was like, you know what I do to keep his attention? I cut off pieces of my ear and put it in his food, and that keeps his attention. Kind of like the spaghetti thing that everybody be talking about, which is disgusting. But she basically tricked her into cutting off her own ear and putting it in her food. And then when she did it, she didn't cut it up. So he saw it and he was like, what is this? Like, what are you trying to do? So then he like eventually kicked her out of the household, and she had ran away to, it's a deep story. It's deep stories. All of these stories are deep, but she basically ran off and she isolated herself from everybody, and she worked in the grave for the rest of her life or something like that. But yeah, every Orisha rules a different thing, and they like different colors, they like different things, so they can help you with those things. Like, I learned about, there's a lot of names, and I have to write them down. Like, I'm studying because I just learned about this stuff. But basically, one of the Orisha, he discovered the power of iron, and so he's over technology, he's over the industrial industry, anybody who, like transportation, anybody who works in tech and stuff like that. So he's over that. There's one Orisha that is full of anger. I think that's Shango, and he's over the thunder and the lightning. And then one of his wife, she was tired of him messing with other women, so she found where he got the power of the lightning and the thunder, and she took some of that. So it's deep. It's deep. It's deep. Hey, girlfriend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the, yes, a very failed polygamous relationship, and I don't support. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't support. I mean, do what you will, but I could not see myself in a polygamous relationship because I'm not about to share a husband. I can't. But I mean, it works for some people, and that's interesting. I watched this show. It's actually, no, it's one show called Seeking Sister Wife, and it's a really really good. It's like one of those guilty pleasure shows, like Love After Lockup, and it's basically about these couples or these families who are seeking an additional wife to their situation. Some of them already have a second wife. Some of them are just looking for their first addition or whatever. And it was a whole bunch of craziness going on. It was this one couple who, they had kids and everything, and then they found a sister wife, but she lived in Brazil or Mexico or something. She didn't even speak English for real. So every time they FaceTimed her, it was like translation app. So they couldn't even really talk to her. Yeah, a lot of the Orisha stories are similar to Greek mythology, and that's why they say that, a lot of this stuff, it connects because it's pretty much the same. Like, it might be told in a different culture or in a different way, but it's the same thing. So, like, even with the Bible, some of these stories, they match stories in the Bible. And from what I've heard, the Bible is a compilation of different stories from different cultures and different religions, just, formatted in a specific way. Anywho, yeah, so with the sister wives, this man was ready to like risk it all for this Brazilian new wife. So they took the whole family, flew over to Brazil or wherever she was from, to a whole vacation. The grandparents came, the wife came, the kids came, and the wife got mad. The main wife got mad because he spent a night with the new wife, and then they ended up, you know, and she started crying. And I'm like, you knew that he wanted to do that. You knew that this was going to happen. And yeah, so that was the whole thing. And then he was like, let's get married now. Like, he was ready to marry her now. And he was ready to have kids with her as soon as possible. It was a lot. But unfortunately, they didn't finish that story. Like, they didn't, there was no conclusion. So I don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. Yeah, and a lot of the reason for a lot of the polygamous relationships that they were explaining on the show was that they wanted more support in the maintaining the household and taking care of the children and all of that. I don't want no kids, and I plan on being rich, so I don't, I can have a cleaning service to do deep cleaning. Like, of course I'm a clean regularly, but I can have a cleaning service to do my deep cleaning, and I can have systems to order. Like, I'm really good at organizing when I get into it, but I don't need no second wife to do that. Like, no. Yeah, some people it works for, and then I guess the financial aspect too, but like I said, I'm not gonna need that. No, a lot of them on the show, they actually didn't do it for religious purposes. Like, most of them weren't Mormons, I think. But there is the My Five Wives and the Sister Wives show, and they are Mormons, I believe. Really? Really? I think they call that polygyny. I think they call that polygyny because we studied that, and that just was a light bulb moment in my head, because so yeah, I have 2 whole videos on the fact that I don't want kids. I literally, I don't. I don't. Yeah. But if you want to watch and see all the reasons that I don't want kids, you can go to my channel. But I will say some now. I don't even know where to start. I really don't know where to start. There's so many, like, so many issues that could happen with pregnancy, with childbirth alone, especially for women of color. I would want a natural birth because I don't trust hospitals in that sense, and that would be very painful unless I can, like, literally manifest the most easiest pregnancy, which some people have, and childbirth process. Also, they stop your life. Like, I would have to change around my whole life for, yeah, what if they have kids? That does make, what if they have kids? That's too much. That's too much. But I don't want, because my career is gonna call for me to be traveling a lot and spending a lot of time working and a lot of stuff. So I don't want to have my child be or children be neglected by, me not being there for them. My parents had to work a lot, and I enjoy spending time with them. So sometimes I would, feel like, why you know, I need more time with my parents, but they, you know, they spent time with me with when they could, of course, but for me, I would have to be gone a lot. And unless I'm homeschooling them and they're traveling with me, that would be difficult. And that would be a whole nother process in itself. I would have to hire a nanny to teach them. And it's a lot of crazy people in this world. Look at how many of these crazy ID channel shows that there are with these crimes. There's a lot of people who have bad intentions out here that you can't control them interacting with. You can instill all of the positivity and everything in them, but there's still going to be certain things that happen. There's still going to be certain lessons that they have to learn on their own that you literally cannot protect them from. And I just feel like I would be doing them a favor by not subjecting them to so many of the bad things, in addition to the earth being literally destroyed and all of that. But you can watch my videos on that. Yeah, so the light bulb moment that I had with the polyandry. So I had a class in college and it was called religion, African American, and my dad hated when I had this class. He hated when I had this class because I had a light bulb moment with men at the time, and I still stand by it, but it's like leveled out now. But it was taught by a professor who was actually a lesbian, and she was older, and the class was women, African American women, and spirituality and religion. And she taught us about polyandry or polygyny. Well, we learned about all the different ones, but she highlighted the women who married multiple men. She highlighted that specifically, and she really hated Tyler Perry. Like, you could tell that she herself did not like men overall. Like, she did not like men, and that's just the truth. That's just what it was. Like, it was obvious, but right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, well, yeah, she taught us the different versions, but she specifically highlighted the women with multiple men. Thank you, Mustafa. It's, I don't know. I mean, like I always say, I cannot speak for my future self, but me right now, in addition to, I don't have a husband yet. Like, I literally, how am I gonna think about kids and I don't have a husband? Exactly. Until it's too late. They don't see it until it's too late. So, I mean, I could possibly foster maybe in the future, or like adopt maybe, but that kid is still going to be affected by my schedule and all of that too. So, I mean, they would have a good life overall because they would be rich, but that's not gonna, money can't raise your kids. So, it's a lot of work. Like, I would be so confused as a parent. I mean, I wouldn't, but I would. Like, certain things come up where you just don't know what to say. You just don't know how to answer certain things. And they have so many questions. Some stuff you don't even understand yet. But yeah. Yeah, so I've been binge watching Yaya, and she talks about all different types of things. I always talk about how my dreams are very, I don't know if I say it on here, but I say it in general a lot. My dreams are very vivid. So I think I receive a lot of messages through my dreams. I've always sensed some type of intuitive ability in myself, or I always would say, I wish I was psychic. But now I'm like, well, I might be psychic, because literally, this is a example that just happened. So I had my twist in earlier, and I took him out for this video, for the live. But I had took him out, and I took a picture, and I sent it to somebody, and I was like, I don't look like Celie no more. And literally, when I said that I was watching a YouTube video of Yaya, and she was like the color purple. that is not a coincidence. Like, stuff like that happens to me all the time. It's so crazy. But like, I'll say something and then I'll see it, or I'll say something and then I hear it. Like, it's crazy. And then like, even with tarot, like, I just learned how to do tarot, and I did a reading on my mom's friend, and he literally said that I described his situation. I did not know this man. I didn't even know his name. I did not even know his name. And I did a reading on him, and he said, "How do you know this? Like, what?" I did. Like, it's crazy. So I've always sensed something within the spiritual sector within myself, and I knew that Christianity was not for me. No offense to anybody who it is for, but you know, everybody has their own way of worshiping, their own way of you know, their own religions and stuff like that. So I mean, all we can do is just be respectful of each other and learn from each other, because you can take something from every, thank you, you can take something from every religion. Like I said, everyone is connected. And different religions have different, you know, things that are, you know, might be some truth to whatever. But, you know, the main thing is there is a greater power. So as long as you find whatever way it is to worship for you, then that's all that matters. Yeah, and it does go back to that. And I don't know who all of our ancestors are, but I know that we have roots in Louisiana, and we have Indians. Like, my grandma says her dad was an Indian, but not the Indian that you think with the long, you know, luscious shiny hair and the orange skin. He was dark skinned. So like, the real Indians, you know, everything has been twisted and turned into something that is not really what it is. So when you really dig into the real stories of things, and you read the books, and you know, you start connecting the dots, it's really interesting. So like, I got the book about being an empath and all of that, and now I'm learning about Orisha. And what does that mean? What does that mean? My dad tries to convince me that I should have children, but I mean, I don't know. We just gonna have to see. I don't even have a husband yet. I'm not gonna raise a kid alone. And then even with that, even when you get married, you don't know if you're gonna stay married. Then you a single parent. Now what do we do there? What do we do there? I see so many YouTube videos of women who are like telling us stories of their divorce. And this is one girl who, she has like 3 kids and she's pregnant at the moment, and she's talking about how her guy cheated on her and she's breaking up with him. Like, I would be so devastated. I would be devastated. But anyway, all I can say is we need to stop focusing so much on the craziness and the distractions, because all of this like mainstream, like even the music, but and that's great. I'm great. Yeah, I'm glad that you know what you believe. That as long as you know what you believe and you truly believe in it and you follow everything that you believe in, that's all that matters. That's all that matters, because it's different for somebody to be a Christian, and you believe and you preach, you know, all of these things, but you don't follow it. I don't respect that. I don't. But as long as you believe that and you follow everything that it says and what you believe, then I'm so happy for you. I'm happy. But and I'm making a video about the distractions and stuff like that. They program us to not dive deeper into the things that matter. Like, you know, even just dealing with nature. I don't like bugs and stuff like that, but I like being in the sun. I like, you know, taking walks and stuff like that. And that can connect you more with the messages that you need to receive, or the higher vibrations to make you feel better, whatever. So we need to stop focusing so much on like the gossip and which celebrity is fighting with who, and you know, whatever mainstream thing. By the way, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. I think it's really horrible that people, and if for everybody who doesn't know who Kevin Samuels is, he was an entertainer and he was known for being very controversial with his advice to single women. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's sad because a lot of people, when he did pass away, they were being spiteful and they were sending out negative messages, basically like that's what he get type of situation, or you know, that's why you shouldn't, that's why bad, you know, people shouldn't say bad things or whatever. I mean, like, he's gone now, like he's transitioned, so where are we sending out that negative energy for? Like, there's no reason for that. But like a lot of this, the movies, the music, the celebrity controversy, the Kanye West, the Kim Kardashian, all of that stuff is meant to distract us from what is important. And what's important is sending out positive energy and creating the life that you want. Because I know we have people a part of different religions here, so you know, creating the life that you want, however you see fit, whether you pray to God and Jesus, whether you, you know, practice African spirituality, whether you practice Buddhism, whatever, you know. I don't know what that means, Roman. Yeah, I know she did. She did great. And shout out to my grandma Denise. And I feel like she is one of my angels, but also, like, you know, we have ancestors. The ancestors could be as simple as your grandparents or your great grandparents. By the way, I need to know the names of my great grandparents because, you know, you can pray to them and have them help you along your journey. But I feel like she's one of my angels who really protects me and looks out for me. Yes. Yeah, so I mean, I know she did a great job, but I'm pretty sure she probably would have she would have had my back on some point. She would have had my back. But I know she would have wanted great grandkids, but you know, she would have respected my wishes. She would have respected it. But you do too. You do too. But I don't know. We just gonna see. First of all, I'm still early in my career. I don't know if you were here, Dad, when I said it, but I got a call back on a roll. So hopefully I got the part. I don't know. They didn't call me back yet. Yes, I really do. And I'm gonna go get, I still have one of her crosses. She was really, and they say that you should have an altar or whatever for your ancestors to honor them. But this is one of her crosses. And she was really, she was into spirituality into Christianity, I'm sorry, towards, I don't even want to say it like that, but you know, as she got older, she was into Christianity, and I would go to church with her, and I was in the choir and all of that. So I have this to honor her and remember her every day, and I keep it on my bookshelf now. So they say that you can use like objects like this that belong to them in order to honor them and just remind them that you love them and all of that. And they can give you positive messages, and they can look out for you and protect you and guide you. Yeah, she had a lot of trinkets and stuff like this. Like, we would go to Joanne Fabric all the time, and she was really good at crocheting. She would crochet blankets, all type of stuff. Well, mostly blankets, but we would just get like little crafty stuff, and she would get like bird houses, and she would get her yarn there. But yeah, she loved little stuff like this. And she would always like write. I think that's where I got a lot of my writing skill from, because she would write a lot of stories. She would write a lot of stories. So yeah, that's where I get my love of writing. I like to write literally physically. I love to write, and I like to write stories. So yeah, that's a way of me honoring her too, I guess. But yeah, it's 7:01. I am hungry. Am I gonna make the turkey chili today? It's easy. All I just do is put the stuff in the pot. She was great at storytelling. She was really good at storytelling. But I don't know if y'all remember this. And I always feel cringy when I think about this story, because she was just trying to teach me about history, about our history. But I don't know if you still hear that, but she, one time when I was like really young, I would stay at her apartment with her, like for the weekend or whatever, and she told me this story about like the KKK. And she meant no harm, like she meant no harm at all. She was just trying to tell me about our history and, you know, what black people had to go through and stuff like that. But it really scared me. So she had to call my dad to come get me, and I feel like really cringy now. I mean, I was a little kid, you know, I was scared about hearing stories about, you know, the fire and crosses and, you know, but she had great intentions, and she would teach me and talk to me about a lot of stuff, like, so. But yeah, she was really good at storytelling. But yeah, I think because if I make the chili, then I'm gonna want to make cornbread with it. It's only 7 o'clock, but I have some other stuff to do. Oh, also I am attending this fashion show on the 12th. I did the behind the scenes for one of the rehearsals. So I have to edit those videos and the pictures that I took that day. But yeah, I have to do that. I also have a video I need to edit, and I have to film. I'm probably gonna film. I have an interview. I have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, she was just telling me the truth. Yeah, we must have be in a different time zone, because it's 7:03 here. But yeah, she was just telling me the truth. I was too young to understand what it was. But what's I saying? Oh, the fashion show and the filming and the interview. I have an interview for I'm trying to be a virtual assistant just to make some extra money. That's literally like when you work whenever you want and you're on the computer and you just do little tasks for people. You do little tasks for people, and so I have an interview for that on Wednesday, I think, and then I have another interview, but it's for the fact that I'm an influencer. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know if you remembered or not, but they're gonna ask me questions about being an influencer, just for their research, I guess. So that is in a couple of days, if not tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? But yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna go make the chili. I don't feel like making the chili. I don't. I think I'm gonna just eat something else. But then what am I gonna do? A funny dating story. Ooh, I'm gonna have to think about that, because I'm still going through them right now. But yeah, I guess I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm not funny. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm funny without trying to be. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It would be weird for me to do a story right now because I'm going to be putting out all of my business. Like, it'll have to be, I don't know. Yeah, the sugar daddy thing was crazy. And update on that. I went to my friend's house who introduced me to him, and she said that he still asks about me and he still wants to try to work something out or whatever. It was a misunderstanding, and she told him that I was at her house, and I was like, why? And she basically was like, you should still call him. Like, no, thank you. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think of, I don't have like a lot of crazy dating experience. Like, I'm still like, this whole like 2 years has been my dating experience. So yeah, but you know, it's people that watch me, it's people that watch me. So it'll be tricky. It'll be tricky. I don't know. I might be able to think of something, or I might be able to think about, Dad, T&J Enterprises, that's Larry's account, but that's Grandma talking right now. She's coming in December for my mom's graduation. Oh, are you saying oh, she's saying she cooking so you can come get a plate. But yeah, I don't know. I might have to think of a story about something else. Or I had something in mind that I was going to say, but I forgot. Maybe like some funny film stories, film set stories. No, because they're not really funny. They were stressful. Or what else could I do? I could do something else. I'll think of a dating story. But it might be putting my business all the way out there. I'm not gonna put my business all the way out there. But I have a scam video coming up. I have and this is really, I think that's what I was gonna say. It's really dangerous. It's so many scams out here. There's modeling scams, there's photography scams. I get scams in my email all the time about like fake photo shoots and stuff like that. But there's this really deep scam that I will explain in the video, that could really get a lot of people messed up. So I'm working on trying to actually like stop those people, but I will have to let y'all know what happens with that. Yes, time does fly, and I'm excited for her to graduate so she can finally transition her career and make more money. But yes, I will think of more story times that I can do. I will have to let y'all know on that. But thank y'all for watching as always. Don't forget, if you want to manifest and you want a script like me, you can get your manifestation journal in the link. The link is below in the description box of all of my videos. If you just want to support, if you want to just journal, then you can use that as well. Don't forget to use y'all crystals if you're into the spirituality as I am. And if you're not, then that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. Ooh, chicken soup sounds good. I would like chicken soup. But also I would like some white bean chicken chili soup from, white bean chicken chili from Olga's, where I used to work. It's only in Michigan, for y'all who don't know. But yeah, it's really good. But yeah, I am gonna go now. Thank y'all so much. And I am so grateful for everybody who comes and interacts with me. And I will see y'all most likely next Monday, unless something comes up. And I will also be uploading soon. Yeah. I'm gonna stick around for 2 seconds for any last comments. All of the see you next time, see you next weeks, and talk to you laters. And yeah, so I have the flexi ride video that I have to upload, and then I have to film the scam video, and I'm gonna do another flexi rod set, and I'll post a picture of it because I don't think I'm gonna film it. I'm just gonna see you next time, Mike. I'm glad it didn't dang on crash this time. It definitely was Mercury retrograde hating on me.